Computer repair company with service centers in Lincoln, Omaha, Papillion, Des Moines, and across the country via the Schrock desk. This is Compute This.
Welcome in, folks. My name is Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company, bringing you another edition of Compute This. 402-558-1110 or 888-250-2091 are the numbers that you can join us on the program. As we do every week, ask a question, make a comment, be a part of the program in some way, because the callers make the show, guys. And we'll put you in the drawing for a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. In fact, we've got quite the theme of free stuff going on the show today. We're going to get into that in just a minute here. But if you missed last week's show, it is available on our website at SchrockInnovations.com. You can also find it at Facebook.com/SchrockInnovations. That's, by the way, where we're broadcasting live right now, Facebook.com/SchrockInnovations. You can watch your radio if you'd like. You know, it's much more fun to watch it on Facebook than it is to watch it, you know, on the desk. It's a radio. It doesn't do much. It just talks to me all the time. All right. So last week on the program, we told you how to win that free laptop from Schrock Innovations, the free Intrepid laptop, $800 laptop for free, just by voting in the Best of Omaha competition. So there's a link on our website, on our homepage to do that. We introduced you to the Bad Guys AI version, Worm GPT. And because you hear it on Compute This first, it broke national news on all the main networks midweek last week. You heard about it last Sunday here. So, hoorah! Staying ahead of the curve. We also explained why ChatGPT is getting dumber the longer it lives. It's like it's already got dementia. It's crazy. It's only been around for like 3 months. You know, it's wow, what's going on here? We also shared some pricing changes with you from Netflix. They're dropping their cheapest tier of service. The $9.99 ad-free tier is going away to be replaced by the $13 ad-free tier, making, after Netflix last month added 8 million subscribers, now they're going to raise the price on all those 8 million subscribers and make a boatload of money for that. We also told you about batteries you can eat. Batteries. Yeah, no, it was diagnostic batteries that they put in the pills, basically, and these are all natural, that you can actually digest them. And they power these little cameras and pills and LEDs and stuff to take pictures of your intestines. So it's kind of amazing that the way technology can impact our lives. A lot of times we get hung up on all the bad things or the scary things, but some of the advances that are being made are just absolutely phenomenal. So coming up on the program today, you can still win that free laptop. You can still vote for Schrock in the Best of Omaha competition as Omaha's best computer repair company, and we will put you in the drawing for that laptop. The way this works, guys, we don't know who you vote for. So obviously, if you go to our website at SchrockInnovations.com and you go just look right underneath those rotating pictures, there's a black box there you can click on. If you click on that box, it'll take you to the Best of Omaha site where you can register and you can vote. You have to type in your information. They send you like a confirmation email. You click the link in the email, and then you can go vote. We hope that you would vote for Schrock Innovations for best computer repair. That's the whole point. But we don't know who you vote for. So you vote for, I think it's at least five different companies in the Best of Omaha, and you don't have to live in Omaha. You can be in Des Moines, you can be in Lincoln. That's fine. In fact, next month we're going to give away the laptop at the end of August, because next month the Best of Lincoln starts, and then you can get additional entries. If you already entered, you can come back and get more entries in the contest simply by voting for us in the Best of Lincoln. So there's a whole nother thing that you can do there. So it's pretty fun in that regard. So you can win a free laptop, and it's not a schlub laptop either. It is the most popular laptop at Schrock Innovations. I am having an impossible time keeping them in stock. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're the only place in town you can go to buy a desktop computer anymore. Maybe it's because our solid-state laptops are that much faster than the other stuff that you get on the market right now at the price points we're at. We haven't raised our prices this year. A lot of other places have. So we're having trouble keeping up. And it's like, this is supposed to be the slow season, guys. Normally we staff down for this time of year. Normally we're sending people home early because of lack of work, because everybody goes away. They go on vacation, they go to graduations, they go do family trips and things like that, and summer activities. They get out in the yard. They just get out from behind the computer. And as a consequence, when you're not behind the computer, you're not breaking it, So you don't break it, you don't need to bring it in for anything, and you're not in town, you can't bring it in for anything. Well, there you go. Slower. Every summer. Happens every year. except this year. This year, literally, I'm ordering, every time I order laptops, they are sold the day I order them, and I have to order more. And then those get sold. I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. But my goodness, I don't know what's in the water right now. Maybe back to school is getting an early start this year. Something is different about this June over at Schrock Innovations. I'm not sure what's going on there. But nevertheless, the Intrepid laptop is the most popular of all of our laptops. It's the one I'm having the toughest time keeping in stock. Not because we can't get them. We can get as many as we want. It's just when I order them, I'm never ordering enough. So I finally went absolutely nuts this week and ordered a redonkulous amount of laptops, and most of them are sold. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I got to get even more ridiculous now. So also coming up on the program, yet another iOS update coming for your Apple iPhone. We're going to tell you what's going on there, and why you need to do this update immediately. Also, you've heard about people tracking you with Apple AirTags, and how Apple had to put a function in the iPhone to say like an AirTag is following you. So if somebody drops an AirTag in your purse or sticks one on the back of your car or something, Apple will let you know you're being followed. But if you're an Android user, you just get followed by that evil Apple user with his AirTag. There's nothing you can do. Well, not anymore. Apple AirTag detection, tracker detection coming to Android soon. We're going to tell you about that. Also, because, you're so used to getting all your free software, right? You get free Gmail, free email from Gmail. You get free documents from Google Docs. You can go online. You expect the software to be free when you go online. Well, the software is free. What about the hardware? Why shouldn't the hardware be free? So now there's a company giving away 55-inch televisions for free. Here you go. Big old LED TV hanging on the wall, 55 inches. For the low, low price of, we'll tell you, coming up on the program. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. If you guys have followed us on Facebook at facebook.com/Schrock Innovations, I think it's interesting that we have more followers than we have people who like the page. Maybe people follow it, but they don't like it, but they want to see it, but they don't like it. I don't know. Those are the people, I'm never going to listen again. And then they follow you on Facebook forever, but they never listen. But anyway, if you follow us on Facebook, we posted a couple pictures. We see things in the service center, okay? Some of these things are funny. Some of these things scar your soul. We see things. So in the service center, we are starting to get in holiday special parts, guys, for the desktops specifically. The reason is there are always certain critical key components that go into shortage during the holiday season. One of them is computer cases, the housings. The other one are monitors. Motherboards sometimes, and you just never know what's going to happen. China could invade Taiwan tomorrow, and then all of a sudden we can't get motherboards at all. Well, we want to make sure this is the 25th anniversary holiday special coming up, and it is the most amazing thing you're ever going to hear about. I mean, if you thought the holiday specials of the past were good, this isn't just like a little jump in tech. This is a phenomenal quantum leap in what's offered in a holiday special because it's the 25th anniversary special. I feel sorry for the 2024 holiday special that comes next year, because it wasn't quite as good as last year's, Feel like, is this a recession? Is this like, inflation taking the stuff out? Shrinkflation? Nope, it's just that we made an extra good one last year because it was the 25th anniversary. So anyway, we're getting all the cases in, right? So we have 100 cases that are going to sit in the service center until November. And we've got them, they're bought, they're paid for, and they're ours. And we will have 100 desktops easy. We usually sell a few more laptops than desktops, so we'll be okay. One of my employees, being the innovative soul that he is, I buy snacks for the service center, like muffins and Chef Boyardee cups of, pasta and, meat substance. Whatever they put in those things. I'm sure it's pure beef. I'm sure, just like Taco Bell, 100% beef, but no cardboard at all. And I'm going to get in trouble. And little packs of, trail mix, things like that, things that techie guys and girls will snack on while they're working, and, makes it just feel a little perk, right? Well, we have one employee who loves the perks, right? And that's okay. That's what they're there for. I'm not judging. But he'd use the case boxes to build an office for himself. It was like WKRP in Cincinnati all over again. He builds this office for himself. He had a window like a space between. He arranged the case boxes so there was a window, and then he took one of the boxes that the cases came in, and he fashioned himself a door so that he had a door to go through there. And it just so happened, by purest of coincidence, I'm sure, that his office encompassed the snack bar. So they literally, the guys were like, it's like a drive-through window. We walk up to the window and we're like, hey, can I get a muffin? And he hands us a muffin. No, I don't want the banana muffin. I want the chocolate muffin. And then he hands us a blueberry muffin. And we're like, no, I want the chocolate muffin. He's like, there are no more chocolate muffins. We just bought the chocolate muffins. Where are they at? He said, I'll talk to management. He ate the chocolate muffins because he was in there all day with the snacks and the water glug glug and the microwave and everything else that anybody might need to eat something. He literally took control of the dietary authority of the service center. It was crazy. And then, it was a funny picture. We took it, we put it up on Facebook. It's been seen by thousands of people apparently, and lots of reactions on it. Everybody thinks it's kind of humorous. It was really humorous until Austin Neese kind of stumble tripped in the service center yesterday and shoulder checked that wall of boxes. And it kind of went whoa, 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 whoa. Wobble, wobble, wobble. And, he made the executive decision that this would not be an OSHA-approved construction project, and he had the boxes restacked into a perfect column, as if they were on a pallet, so that they were officially out of the way. And poor Josh lost his office. So it was a sad story. Also on Facebook in pictures this week, the recession screwdriver. When we buy parts, like screens and batteries and things, sometimes, people in China are weird. Like, maybe this guy that's buying an internal replacement battery doesn't have a screwdriver to put it in. Well, let's send him a screwdriver with it. And so they send you like a little 3-inch screwdriver, a little Phillips head thing. It's a cheap screwdriver, it's tiny. But the one that we got with the part the other day, Jacob, my son, he's holding it up. And literally the thing is 1.5 inches long. The entire screwdriver from tip to handle is like 1.5 inches long. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Right? He's holding it up and looking at it, and his finger is bigger than the screwdriver, his fingertip. And we had people like viewing that picture on Facebook. That I'm zooming in. I am zooming in, and I don't understand it. Like, this thing is incredibly short. Like, I can see his fingerprint. It's so short. And so it was just one of the funny weekend pictures, the things we see in the service center. So if you want to follow us and like us on Facebook, you can do so. Get you extra entries in the contest, by the way, also. To win the free laptop. But you can go ahead and do that at facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. Cecil, welcome to the program. How can I help you on Compute This morning?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I recently had my computer and desktop for maintenance, checkup and that sort of thing, which is great. And we found that the speed was a little bit lower than what the average was, so we had that taken care of with the warranty we have. By the way, the warranties are great. And then we got it home and hooked it up, and it kind of making a whirring little, sounds like a little motor going, a whirring type noise.
Yep.
It's a little irritating. So what can I do anything about that here, or do I need to bring it back in?
Oh, he said it's a desktop, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it depends what your level of comfort is on this one here. See, at Schrock Innovations, we don't have a problem with customers modifying their own tech if they want to work on their own stuff. Back in the day, Gateway would actually void your warranty if you opened the side panel of your case. They went all the way to the Supreme Court on that one, and they lost. Customers have the right to repair, the Supreme Court has ruled. You can't penalize them for trying to fix their own gear. What's happening is probably in transport, either when we were working on it or when it was taken home, one of the power supply wires is clipping the CPU fan inside the case. And that's the sound you're hearing. It's not going to cut through the wire or anything like that, but it gets really annoying because it sounds like a little motor running because it's going so fast. It does. So basically, if you bring it into the service center, we have this. It's kind of like the recall that just happened for my F-150. They haven't announced it to me yet, but I was reading about it online. Apparently, you're driving your F-150 and the emergency brake can suddenly just engage. Oops. Kind of like that. And the reason is because a wiring harness is dragging on the axle on the rear and it's wearing through the wire. And when it gets through the coating, it'll make contact and then engage your electronic emergency brake. So the solution, the incredibly high-tech solution that the Ford Motor Company has invented to do this is they're going to zip tie that harness a little higher. And that's exactly what we would do to your computer. We would zip tie that wire back up and out of the way or tuck it up out of the way somewhere where it was probably tucked before it popped out, and now that's why it's hitting the fan. All of our new computers that we build now, the wires are routed through the back of the case, but in the older cases, that wasn't an option to route them behind the side panels so that to keep them out of the way. But like, for example, the holiday special this year, when we wire that, you won't even see a wire in the front of the case through the glass window because it's all tucked behind. So if you want us to, we obviously won't charge you anything. We can do it while you wait. We can just tie that wire up so it's not in the fan anymore. Not a big deal. Or if you want to take off the 2 screws and pop that side panel off and just pull the wire up out of the way, I mean, it's incredibly scientific. I'm not sure you can handle it. But if you feel you can, then you're more than welcome to try.
All right. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Hey, thank you, Cecil. I appreciate your call. I appreciate your business. I'm sorry for the inconvenience with the wire there. We'll make sure that gets taken care of for you. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. If you're outside the metro area, we will pick up the tab on your call. But first, we have to take a quick break. When we come back, yet another iOS update, critical iOS update, fixing actively exploited security. Is this getting to be like a bi-weekly thing with Apple? This is like 4 updates in a month and a half. We're going to tell you what's going on coming up next on Compute This.
Schrock Innovations Data Recovery Lab saves the data the other guys can't. The next time your hard drive, camera card, or flash drive fails, let Schrock get your data back. Every person listening to this broadcast has either experienced data loss or knows someone who has. When you think about it, you have a lot more data stored in many more places than you'd like to admit. Have you downloaded those videos from your phone, backed up the pictures on your iPad, or even tackled that sometimes daunting task of backing up your entire computer's hard drive? Most people just don't back up their stuff, and that's why Schrock Innovations has one of the most advanced data recovery centers in the Midwest. Equipped with the latest DDI data imaging devices, state-of-the-art custom recovery software, and Omaha's best data recovery technicians, Schrock Innovations has a 96.8% success rate when recovering data from damaged hard drives, flash drives, camera cards, and more. We all know we should back up our data, but if you are ever caught in a data loss nightmare, call the experts at Schrock Innovations to get your data back right where it belongs, safe and backed up on a stable hard drive. Compute This pro tip number 753. Have you ever wondered how the bad guys always seem to find a way into your computer? Gone are the good old days of email worms and I love you viruses. Nobody wants to steal your data anymore, or in many cases, even your identity. Today's cybercriminals want to sell access to your computer or hold your data for ransom. The bad guys are exploiting zero-day vulnerabilities to break into systems that are supposed to be hack-proof. These vulnerabilities are always newly discovered, and the criminals have a brief time to exploit them before they get patched. Antivirus and firewalls do not prevent these attacks, but you can minimize your computer's exposure by installing all security patches as quickly as possible. The average computer needs 12 patches a week. That's not including the ones that are automatically delivered to your computer. Boost your cybersecurity by staying on top of it manually, or use a patch installation program like Secure Updater to get your computer the patches it needs. This pro tip is brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
Alrighty, guys, trucking right along here. Welcome back into Compute This. My name is Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company. We have 4 locations to help you out when you want to buy a new computer. Desktops. We've got desktops. Literally, it's weird. I was having a conversation with my mother-in-law yesterday, and I said to her, okay, you want to buy a computer desktop. You don't want a gaming computer, something super fancy. And you don't want a piece of garbage. Where are you going to go to buy just a normal home use desktop computer anymore? Go. And she's like, this is a trick question. I go to Schrock Innovations. I'm like, yeah, besides us, where would you go? Best Buy doesn't carry them anymore. Heck, the Best Buy by us is closed now. Then if Best Buy does have desktops, they're either all-in-ones, like with the screen built into them, so it's basically a laptop with a big screen strapped to it, or it's a laptop inside of a big box of air powered by a laptop power cord. Go to the Mart. Well, they got lots of gaming computers, not so many regular ones. They have a few. So you could probably find one there, maybe, I think. Where else are you going to go? Walmart doesn't carry them anymore. Target certainly doesn't. There's nowhere to go anymore. Might explain why we're selling a few more than normal recently. 402-558-1110. But the 4 locations where you can come in when you need computer help. Lincoln is just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. I think I said it perfectly that time. I got called on that last week. just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. In Omaha, 168th and Burke Street, across the street from the Village Point Shopping Center. In Papillion, in the Midlands Place Shopping Center at 84th and Highway 370. Caddy corner from the new Papillion Towers development. Big stuff going on there. They're going to build a big it's one of those things with commercial properties on the bottom and then apartments on top, one of the big towers. Right across the street from the jail. Really convenient, you know. If you have friends, family, you know, you can just visit them. And also, yeah, that means we're across the street from the jail too. In Des Moines, the newest Schrock Innovations, Baby Schrock, 9500 University Avenue in West Des Moines, Iowa. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. Rick, welcome to the program. How can I help you on Compute This today?
Hello. Just want to let you know I love both your shows.
Thank you.
They help me out a lot. I have a security question. On my cell phone, if I log into my bank accounts, they just ask for a PIN number. But on my PC, they ask for a two-step authentication.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Which is safer?
Well, the thing is, on your phone will use biometrics. What kind of phone do you have?
It's just a Samsung.
Okay, so it's
Android.
got eyeball tech, so it can read your eyes to see if you're you. It can read your face. Also,
yes.
It has fingerprint detectors if you use those. Anytime you involve any kind of biometric, as long as you authenticate the biometric, so in other words, you enter your PIN number on the phone to verify that you're you, that is the two-factor authentication. Your biometrics is one factor. The second factor is that you know the PIN number. So you're still doing two-factor. It's just a different two-factor.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know if security was more important on a phone than on my PC as far as like, some sort of antivirus stuff.
Oh, yeah. Antivirus on mobile devices and tablets is just as important as on your PC now. A lot of people have abandoned PCs or Macs and gone to mobile devices exclusively because they think, the maintenance is lower. I don't have to do as much with it. But as we're about to explain to you, if you have an iPhone, if you have an Android, they can be hacked, and they get hacked all the time. And if you don't have antivirus on your phone, the problem is if you go and you search in the Google Play Store for antivirus, you get like 5,000 results, and most of them are garbage. Most of them are fake or don't do a good job or do basic stupid things that you like, we're scanning your apps for known bad apps. Okay, great. But who's checking to see if the version of my operating system is up to date? Who's checking to see if there is unusual activity happening? Or who's checking to see if there's apps that haven't been used in a long time that I can remove from the device for security? A lot of people don't do that, but you should be doing that like once a month. Go through your phone. If there's an app that you don't use anymore, like I uninstalled the T-Mobile app from my phone because I never log into it. I'm like, I have a T-Mobile phone, but I don't need the app. It's just one less security thing. I can remove that from the phone. So anytime you have apps that you can remove from your device, you should remove them if you don't need them. But yeah, definitely, security is absolutely critical on mobile devices, and you're absolutely right to ask the question. But yeah, as long as you have the biometrics like a Samsung phone will have, as well as the PIN number, that's still authentic enough to get into your bank account and compute safely on your mobile device. But yes, we do recommend Sophos antivirus for all mobile devices.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate the call, Rick. And kind of along those lines here, Apple, I mentioned this is like the fourth update. They had the iOS 16.5.1, 16.5.1. Then they had that broke Safari. So then they had 16.5.2 to try to fix Safari. And then 16.5.1B, and then 16.5.1C. And now we've got 16.6, all in like a 4 or 5 week period. So the problem here that you run into, and I'm reading this from ZD now, this isn't just, wackadoo Thor saying it on the radio. This is an actual journalistic platform that says this, that even with automatic iOS updates enabled, it can still take a few days for the update to be installed. My advice is to take charge of the process and manually install iOS 16.6. To do this, open Settings, then General, then Software Update, tap download and install to kick off the update and keep your iPhone safe. Why is this important? iOS 16.6 patches 25 security flaws that have emerged in the last week. Yeah. Apple never tells you about the security flaws, what they do, what they don't do. There's a third-party place. Oh, Apple is actually telling us a little bit here. Let me look. We got updates to the Apple Neural Engine, updates to the Find My Phone features. My wife had trouble with hers the other day. Lots of updates for the kernel. This is all the security stuff. An app may be able to execute arbitrary code with kernel privileges. Yes, kernel. Sounds pretty serious. Guys, your phone, your tablet, they are just as vulnerable as your PC was back in the day. And I remember when we started this program 20-something years ago, we had to sit here on the radio and convince people they needed antivirus on their computers. Oh, I've never had a problem before. Hey, I think the antivirus companies make the viruses, so that way we have to. And I'm like, oh, okay, got it. And, Pfizer made the COVID-19 virus, too, because they wanted to sell vaccines. Okay, gosh darn it. I'm sure it happens all the time. No, come on. That's not what's happening. What's happening is there are malicious people out there malicious people be doing malicious things. It's just in their nature, right? So a little bit of larceny in all of us. Well, they get a little bit more than most. And when they commit that larceny upon your device, you will realize that you need antivirus. And it's hilarious. People come into us and they're like, I want to remove the virus from this. Okay. Do you want antivirus? No, I don't. Well, I already have some. Well, what you have obviously didn't work because you got infected. Do you want something that works? No, I'm fine. I'm going to use up my license and then maybe I'll think about it. Okay. We send the computer back up there. Our job is to give you options, guys. Your job is to make decisions. We just give you the options and the consequences, and then you can decide what you want to do. If you decide you want to take the computer home without real antivirus on it, well, we're not going to tell you you're a bad person or something. We're just going to say, all right, sir, we'll take care of you. 2 weeks later, it bounces back to us. You guys didn't do your job. This thing is still infected. I'm still getting all this stuff happening. And we're like, we scan it again. Sure enough, it's reinfected. Okay, sir, well, your computer got reinfected. We removed the infection. Here's the log that shows how we removed the infection. We removed this, and now you're reinfected again. Probably because you keep going back to the same websites you got the infection from the first time. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Yes, we can see the web history too. So in that case, I would strongly recommend that you get antivirus software. In fact, I'll tell you what. We won't charge you again to remove the virus if you agree to purchase antivirus software and solve the problem. How's that for a deal? We won't charge you the hour of labor. We'll just charge you for the antivirus, and then we'll remove it again for you. All right. Sounds good. Some people have to get bitten a couple times before they decide it's time to go. I don't know how many times you're going to need to have all your personal photos stolen from your phone or your contacts stolen and contacted on your behalf as if they were you from your device, sent messages to go visit this website or click this link. I don't know how many times that'll have to happen to you before you decide to install antivirus on your mobile device, but eventually everybody will. It'll be one of the common things, just like it is with computers. Here on Compute This, we're just trying to keep you ahead of the curve. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. Going to take a quick break. But then David, Billy, your calls coming up next on Compute This.
Schrock Innovations repair technicians also make house calls. Make an appointment and let us bring our award-winning computer support right to your home or business.
Remember the good old days when virus detection worked like Where's Waldo? Spot the virus in the striped shirt and you win. Today's infections are changing hourly to avoid detection and use social engineering to trick you into making mistakes. Using yesterday's security to defend against today's threats is like using leeches to stop an infection. It just doesn't work. We recommend Sophos Intercept X antivirus backed by Schrock's virus-free guarantee. Sophos uses the power of AI to detect the patterns of a virus attack and responds with Schrock's custom actions that stop it fast. With Sophos on your PC, Mac, Android, or iOS device, you get the state-of-the-art protection you need to defend against the most advanced attacks out there. In fact, if your device gets a virus while running Sophos antivirus, Schrock will remove it for free, guaranteed. It hasn't happened yet, and we intend to keep it that way. Ditch your dad's antivirus and keep your device, data, and identity safe with Sophos and Schrock Innovations.
And now Compute This Pro tip number 373. Everyone knows we're supposed to back up our computers and then check those backups periodically to make sure they're working. So why don't most people do it? Lots of people have different ideas about what backing up means. Is it copying files to a flash drive? Is it using a fancy backup program? And how do you know it's working anyway? Windows makes backups easy through free software that's already on your computer. Open your control panels and click Update and Security. Select Backup and choose from all of the available options to get a regular, reliable checkup. You'll need something to back up to, like a Schrock modular storage device or some other backup hard drive. Backups usually run once a week, but you can always change the frequency. The best part is that if your backup ever fails, you'll see a notification in the lower right corner by your clock telling you something's up. Backing up your important data has never been easier, so take a moment to back up your computer today. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back in. Halftime's over. Hope you all got your stuff refilled, got your potty breaks in, because we got another half of the show to get done for you today. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091 is the toll-free number to join the program today. Give us a call, ask a question, make a comment. We'll put you in the drawing for a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. All right, so obviously, guys, there's lots of crazy fun. We got recession screwdrivers, we have cardboard box offices. I mean, there's all kinds of craziness happening at Schrock Innovations that's fun to talk about. But there's so much that I just can't talk about during the regular program because it doesn't fit, or we don't have time, or there's more important things like how to keep your phone safe to talk about. So we have a whole second show that we do after this one called the After Schrock. And during the After Schrock, it's only on Facebook, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. And then we'll later on, we'll put it on Rumble and everything else and on our website, so you don't have to go to Facebook if you don't do the Book of Faces, that's fine. But that's where we do it live. If you want to participate live, that's where it's at. So during the After Schrock, we're going to talk about some things like, have you heard about the Japanese dude that paid $22,000 to get a lifelike border collie costume so he can pretend he's a border collie? He's a furry. Yep, we're going to talk about furry Japanese guy on the After Schrock. See how that just doesn't fit with this program right now? It doesn't quite fit. Let's see. We're going to give you an update on vehicles because we were talking some cars last week. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Also, I've got some show and tell to do. You see, you can't see it on this show, but it's a new gadget that we've made at Schrock. Oh, wow. And we're going to show it to you on the After Schrock. You get first peek at it. So all sorts of things happen during the After Schrock, guys. You can check it out. That looks so weird on the video. I'm just seeing my own video, what I just did. Sorry about that. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. Coming up here in just a moment, tracker detection has become a really important thing with Apple AirTags. People want to know if someone's planted an AirTag on you or on your car to follow you. I bet your kids want to know if you've planted an AirTag in their car. So, if you have an Android phone, you can't participate in the Apple AirTag ecosystem, because it's not an Apple device and you have to be in the ecosystem to get the benefits. That's how Apple works it. So what Android is doing is they're coming up with a way for you to find out if one of those pesky Apple AirTags is following you around. We're going to tell you about that coming up in just a moment. But first, we have some callers who've been really patient. David, welcome to the program. How can I help you today on Compute This?
Okay, I'm one of those who is doing the test, if you will, on this year's holiday special.
And do you have the laptop or the desktop?
Laptop.
Okay.
And I picked it up yesterday, brought it home, and by the way, Austin and Josh were very helpful. And they said, when you get it home, if you have problem getting the printer to install, just, do the Schrock desk. Well, I brought it home, had it upstairs, showed my wife, who was amazed at the color. And then I took it downstairs, and of course I didn't have to turn it off. If it was a desktop, I'd have to turn it off and restart it.
Right.
And downstairs, it was running like a dog. And we had trouble even trying to get the Schrock desk to go. And finally, Austin said, did you because I have a repeater in the house, did you reset? No. So I did a restart. And amazingly, it then ran like it was supposed to, and we were able to set up the printer, et cetera. But that's just a reminder to anybody. That laptop doesn't have to be turned on and off when you move from one place to another in the house. But if you're using a repeater and you first do something with it when you're connecting to the Internet, and then you move where you have to have the repeater, it doesn't change where it's hooked. You have to do a restart to make it do that.
Yep, and that's one of the reasons that the repeaters kind of went by the wayside, and the advent of the mesh network came around. So it's an entire second router as opposed to just repeating the signal, receiving it, and rebroadcasting it as a separate network. The mesh network will rebroadcast the signal as the same network, because what happened was your laptop is detecting you were on a Wi-Fi upstairs. And that Wi-Fi was really strong, so it joined that Wi-Fi when you turned the computer on because it was the strongest one that it knew the password for. And then when you went downstairs, you were further away from it, and it was close enough that it was still connected, but far enough away that you had degraded performance.
Right.
But because it was still connected, the computer was latching. It doesn't do like a continual recheck to see if there's a better wireless network around. Otherwise, your network would be blipping up and down all the time. And so basically, if you want to restart it, that is the easiest way to do it. That's why Austin had you do that over the phone, because that's just easier than walking people through things. The other thing you can do is you can just click on that little network icon down by the clock and then pick the repeater network, and it'll switch to that network. So you don't always have to reboot if you don't want to. Not that it's a big deal on the holiday special laptop. The reboot's pretty quick. It might be quicker than changing the setting. I don't know. But yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you doing the testing on that for us. And we're definitely going to be reapproaching everybody. We're going to give you all a month to kind of absorb it and use it. Then we're going to come back and talk to you again. And we're going to see about maybe shooting some video or maybe doing an interview on the show or something along those lines to basically find out what it is you like best about it, what we could improve about it, if there's something we could do differently. But overall, so far, the reception has been 100% positive. We are full up on testers for laptops. We don't need any more laptop testers. I could use 1 or 2 more desktop testers. Everybody wanted the laptop. And so the laptop slots filled up really quick. And, with good reason. David was letting a couple technical details slip there. I was like, the colors, don't talk about the colors. Don't talk about the colors. We don't talk about Bruno. We can't talk specs just yet. It's a little early. It's still July. My wife's like, you have to stop talking about the holiday special, Thor. You need to stop. People are going to get sick of it. You need to stop. So I should stop. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. Billy, welcome to the program. What have you got for me on Compute This?
I have 2 questions. The first one, I'm getting overran by ads for Verizon Wireless Internet, but yet I go into Shadow Lake the other day here to see about getting it, and they tell me that somebody else in my neighborhood in Papillion already has it, so I can't have it for a time period.
Oh.
But they're not sure that time period. What's that about?
Okay, so basically, when you're talking about a cell phone company and you're getting wireless internet, you're essentially you know how you can turn the hotspot on your phone and broadcast your cellular internet connection. That's what you're buying. You're buying a device that broadcasts a cellular hotspot, and I've never heard of the limitations before. But my thought here is, they can throttle or they can slow down the internet. So when you're broadcasting a hotspot from your phone, it's not fast enough to really, it's good enough to get you through in a pinch or to get a kid in an iPad in the car connected or something, but it's nothing you'd want to live off of, The ones that they sell you that are the actual devices where you're paying a monthly fee for the internet service, they get a little bit of a signal juice. They don't get throttled. And so it could be that, each tower only has so much data capacity, and therefore they could only have so many people on the same tower at the same time while maintaining the quality of service. That would be that would explain all of that. It'd be a logical explanation. I'm just guessing though. As a rule overall, I'm not super duper excited about cellular hotspot internet. Right now, for example, I know that Allo is tearing up everybody's yards and busting gas mains and doing all kinds of stuff. It's not Allo, it's the contractors they're hiring, but they're just running roughshod, laying fiber cable everywhere. And so now in my neighborhood, the Cox guys were complaining that the Allo guys just, ripped their cables on through all the underground tunnels, didn't pay any attention to anybody else's stuff. So now Cox has to go down there and fix their cables. And those Allo guys didn't even install their own cables right. So while we're fixing our cables, we fix theirs because we don't want them getting back down there again. But anyway,
nice.
That's just what the Cox guy tells me. Yeah, there's no motivation there, right? But the thing is, Ron, one of our listeners, actually contacted Cox and said, hey, I'm going to switch. And they dropped his internet price for gigabit internet to like $60 a month. So if you want to if you're with Cox now, just tell them you're going to leave, and you can do it over a chat, and then the guy in India will give you like a half price internet, and it'll be way better than what you can get from Verizon, and much more stable, and you're not competing with your one neighbor for internet speed.
Okay. And then the second question I have, during Amazon Prime Day, I bought a DVD set, and it keeps telling me I need to buy this Any DVD premium player.
Yeah.
Is that safe, or should I wait for the lap or the desktop holiday special to come out and just buy one of those?
Well, either way you go, no Windows computer natively plays DVDs anymore. So you have to get a player. You have to get software to do it. Now you can buy the player they want you to buy, or you'll notice if you do get the holiday special, it comes with VLC Media Player pre-installed. Because we know that you're going to want to play videos, and sometimes Windows doesn't play the video that you want to play. But VLC Media Player will play any video that exists on this planet. It'll play Blu-ray. It'll play DVD. It'll play broken video files. That wedding video that you had to recover off of a flash drive because the flash drive died. Because it used to be cool back in the day to give you a little wooden box with a flash drive with your wedding video on it. Well, and then the flash drive dies and you lost your wedding video. You don't realize you have to back that up. We have recoveries like that all the time, but sometimes we can't recover the whole video. So sometimes here's the video, and then there's bars, and then here's some more video, and then there's offset picture, and then here's some more video. If a normal media player will choke on that file because it's not perfect, but VLC will play it anyway. It'll play the parts it can play. So in VLC, the best part about VLC Media Player is it's absolutely free. So
will the holiday special have a DVD drive on it?
It will not, but there will be external DVD drive options that you can add. You can add a drive back to it. There are no external bays on this one. The overwhelming response was you guys asked me for a sleek case this year, as opposed to a functional case. So we got you. We're bringing the pretty this year, okay?
But I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Hey, no sweat. But in the meantime, install VLC Media Player from Videoland on your current computer, and you'll be able to play your DVDs just fine.
VLC, you said?
Yeah, VLC. It's from Videoland.com, Videolan.com.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Hey, no sweat. It's a great product. Thank you for the call, Billy. 402-558-1110. We're a little behind schedule here, so I'm going to move quickly. But new tracker detection a feature coming for your iPhone. So if you are going somewhere, remember when AirTags first came out? It was like in New York, some woman was being followed by a stalker. He dropped an AirTag in her purse, and she didn't know it. And he just knew everywhere she went, and he could follow her and show up wherever she was. He just kept popping up because he was following her. Well, Apple started to get a black eye over this, so then they introduced technology into the AirTag system to tell someone if they are in continuous close proximity to an AirTag that does not belong to them. So in other words, if somebody tagged you, well, now if you have an Apple device, it'll tell you you've been tagged. So now if you have an Apple device, you know if you're being followed, and you can follow people. It's kind of cool, especially Android people. They have no idea. They're clueless, idiots, Android people. So now a new feature coming to the next version of Android is going to allow Android users to detect any tracker, Apple or otherwise, any Bluetooth tracker that is in close proximity to the phone that has been following them for a period of time. Not only that, but through the software on the phone, if it detects a tracker, let's say that somebody put a tracker on your car somewhere. You're like, I don't know how to find this tracker. It could be anywhere. It's a tiny little thing. It's like the size of a nickel. Where am I going to find this? Well, you can make the tracker play a sound. They all have a little sound capability. So you can send a command from your Android phone now, whether it's an AirTag or a Tile or whatever, and it will make a sound. It'll sound a tone, and then you can find it. Also, the Android software is going to give you step-by-step instructions once you find the tracker on how to disable the tracker. And the best part is whoever is tracking you will have no idea that you've interacted with the tracker in any way until it goes offline. So this is pretty amazing stuff. Again, privacy protections coming to you courtesy of an Android update, coming to Android 6 point something, coming soon. So if you have a flagship phone, one of the nice ones, you'll probably be able to run this without a problem. If you have an older Android phone, you might have to upgrade your hardware before you get that capability, but coming soon to an Android near you. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. Going to take our final break of the program. When we come back, we're going to take Adam's call. And also, would you like to get a free 55-inch television? Well, I've got a deal for you for the low, low price of your soul. coming up next on Compute This.
Update all of your third-party apps on your computer with Secure Updater. It keeps all your apps running smoothly and helps block viruses. Download it for free today at secureupdater.com. External hard drives are handy. You can back up multiple computers to them or even use them to move lots of data from one computer to another. Computer users have been buying the same old external hard drives for years. While our computers have been getting faster, we still do backups that take hours or watch epic progress bars creep by to move files. Schrock wanted more for our customers, so our innovators created the fastest external hard drives on the planet. Schrock modular storage devices are up to 50% faster than Seagate or Western Digital externals and are modular in the truest sense of the word. We can create whatever size and speed of drive you need for all of your needs, and all modular storage devices come with a data restoration guarantee. If you use our drives for backing up and your computer's hard drive fails, we'll restore your backup to your repaired computer for free. Fast, simple, and flexible technology solutions from Schrock Innovations. It's what we do. Compute This Pro Tip 299. There are enough mothballed computers in U.S. homes to give one to every man, woman, and child in the country. Many of these computers find their way into landfills where they can leak cadmium, lithium, and other nasty chemicals into the groundwater. Schrock Innovations is very proud of the fact that we recycle more e-waste every year than we create. You can drop off any old or broken computer equipment to our service centers at any time, free of cost. We only charge $15 just for monitors because they are especially difficult to process. No appointment is required, and we accept all computer-related equipment like printers, keyboards, speakers, and accessories. Additionally, the rare earth elements in computers can be recycled right here in the U.S. to reduce our reliance on supplies from foreign countries. Take a moment, drop off your old computer equipment today, and Schrock will make sure it's properly recycled and put to good use right here in the U.S. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
Alrighty, guys. Final segment of the program here. Thanks for joining us on the show today. I appreciate you being here. Just a quick reminder that you can win a free laptop in the voting in Best of Omaha. We give you a nice, easy link to do that. Go to SchrockInnovations.com. It's our website. Scroll down. There's a rotating pictures at the top of the website. Scroll down a little bit. There's a black box there. It says Best of Omaha on it. You can click on that, and it will take you to the voting page where you can register. You confirm your registration. They'll send you an email. You click the link, and then you can vote. And we hope that you would vote for Omaha as best computer, or vote for Schrock Innovations in the Best of Omaha as best computer repair in town. We don't know who you vote for, but as long as you vote in the Best of Omaha competition, you are entered to win. And then there are other ways you can, if you've done that and you want to increase your chances of winning, there are other actions you can take, like, reviewing us on Facebook, for example, or, by doing an actual review, like giving us a star rating and then a review. Some people get confused and leave a comment. They're just great. Like, that's a comment. That's not a review. But you can like us on Facebook. You can follow our Facebook page. Those are all things you can do to get extra entries in the competition. So that's going to end. We're going to draw the winner at the end of August. So it's got about a little over a month to go. But you can definitely enter that there as well. 402-558-1110, 888-250-2091. Adam, final caller of the program. What have you got for me today on Compute This?
Hey, good morning, Thor.
Good morning.
So I'm paying for the Sophos endpoint protection for my mobile device.
Okay.
How do I get that software onto the phone?
Gotcha. So a lot of people have this issue when they get new phones, for example, and they use the transfer function. It'll move the app from the old phone to the new phone, but it can't move the subscription. But of course, it doesn't tell you that. So what you can do is the easiest way to do it is just to stop by one of the service centers and have us install it for you. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes. We pop it on your phone and get you out the door. We'll do it while you wait. If you can't come in, if you're geographically distant, something like that, basically we can email you a QR code that you can scan with your phone's camera to and then walk you through the process over the phone. It's a little more complicated. Amy kind of got on me a few weeks ago because I said, yeah, just give us a call. We could do it right over the phone. So a bunch of people called in, and she was like, Thor, you can't tell people who don't know what an email attachment is, or how to scan a QR code, that they just have to scan a QR code. That's not right. You can't do that because it's not easy for people who don't know how to do those things. And I was like, I'm sorry, Amy, did you teach them how to do those things? I did. She goes, and it took a long time. We got them there. So, if it's something we need to do by phone, we can make it happen. It's a lot easier to do in person, though. And you can come into any of the service centers to do it. You don't have to come into the service center, like a main one or something. Anyone that's closest to you is fine. But yeah, if you get a new device, we need to transfer your Sophos subscription from the old phone to the new phone, and we can do that in the service center.
Okay. Well, I will be making a trip into the store then. I appreciate it.
All right. Hey, thank you, Adam. I appreciate your call today. We also got you in the drawing for that $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. All right. So I mentioned before we went into break, guys, that, you get free software all the time on the internet. I just told a guy how to get a free video player that he'll never have to pay for. Who is paying for that? Somebody is paying for that somewhere, right? Well, it's not ad supported, so where are they paying for it? Well, in some cases, open source software is relatively safe to use. In other cases, when you use free email from Gmail or Yahoo or MSN or AOL, or free document services from Google, like Google Docs, or you use free cloud storage, like the free Dropbox Cloud or free OneDrive or free Google Drive, you are exchanging your personal data as a payment. They access your files. They look at your pictures. They can read your documents. Their computers do read your documents. To learn, have you ever had Gmail try to complete your email for you before you've typed it? How do you think it can do that? Have you noticed how it gets better the longer you use Gmail? Because it's learning from you. It's training itself how to be you as you're using it. So literally you are giving away your own personal data to get a better free product. And of course, they're taking that data and doing other things with it as well. Well, if you can do that with software, why not hardware too, right? So this company out there called Telly, T-E-L-L-Y, they are giving away free 55-inch televisions. Free. Now, there's some ads you have to watch when you have the TV during the programming. This reporter said, hey, I grew up watching ads in between content blocks on TV. It's not a big deal for me. If you give me a free TV, I'll watch a couple ads. That's fine. So he gets his free Telly TV. It's a 55-inch television. He realizes it's not just ads on the screen like you would think about, like watching commercials on TV. There's a whole second screen below the speaker that runs the entire width of the screen, that's about 6-8 inches tall, that runs continuous ads, whether the TV's on or off. So it's like having a billboard in your living room, right? So that's the first thing. So they're ad supported. You think that's how they're making money. But man, how much are they charging for these ads that they can give away free 55-inch televisions? Well, you see, part of the details are they also watch what you watch, how long you watch, how old you are. You see, most of the people asking for these TVs are people who don't have a ton of disposable income. That would be your millennials and your Gen Zs. They haven't hit the most productive point of their life in their 40s yet, where they're making a ton of money so they can buy things. So they want the free TV because they can't afford a TV. So these also are demographics that are incredibly hard to reach. They don't consume traditional media. So how do you advertise to millennials and Gen Z? Well, you use Telly's billboard that they keep in their flippin' living room. I don't know what would be more annoying. Have you ever been on like Hulu and they play the same ad like every commercial break? And you're like, for the love of the sweet baby Jesus, if I see a Verizon ad one more time for free internet, I'm gonna lose it. I hate you. I'm never gonna buy anything from you. There comes a point where it's too much. But if you want a free 55-inch television and you're willing to trade all your personal data to get it, Telly's is the way to go. Rick, congratulations. You're the winner of the $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. Stay tuned at facebook.com/Schrock Innovations for the After Schrock coming up next. And we will see you again next weekend for another exciting edition of Compute This.
From the Amish Furniture of Nebraska studio, with locations in Grand Island, Elkhorn, and now